All right, so here I got a tier list, and I'm going to be ranking every single Bud Club song up to date as of July 23rd, 2025. The categories that we're going to go off of are actually fire, meaning an actually good song, like that would go in like a playlist or some shit. Listenable is going to be something that maybe doesn't go on the playlist, but if it pops up in your YouTube recommended, you'll probably listen to it, or like for a while after, you might bump it every once in a while. Always funny is going to be, something that you could pull up every once in a while on call, and it's like, it holds up. You know what I mean? Then there's going to be funny on first listen. This is the kind of thing that when it came out was like the funniest thing ever, but now if you pull it up, it's really not. It's not that. I mean, it's fine. And then ass is like, this came out and like, ain't no one care, okay? Like, it was just mid. Now, this is obviously from my perspective. I'm biased in a lot of ways, I'm going to think the things I did are probably better than many people would. And that's why the link to this is going to be in the description, and I recommend anyone who has beef, don't hit my line and just do it themselves, all right? Up first, we're going to start from the oldest things to the most recent. The oldest song, or the first song, is the Bud Club Cypher, and I'm assuming everyone has heard these songs before. In order to keep it engaging for the fans, I'm going to be giving a little bit of an excerpt of one of my favorite lines from each one, okay? So, Bud Club Cypher, 7 years ago, Climber was a dumb bitch-ass hoe. I got dollar bills in my pocket, I ain't lying. If you think you're better than me, stop trying. Now that lyricism is phenomenal. The song itself does not really hold up, you know what I mean? Like, it's good. It was a good start. It's always got its charm, but you wouldn't listen to it, you know what I mean? And I think that's the perfect spot to put it into the C tier, especially just starting out, first thing right in the middle. Following that up, we've got Gay and Shit. This one has the infamous line, Tektrix gay and shit. Tektrix eat all night and day. Yeah, I'm hungry for that shit. Sit on our click, call me pussy pelagic. So, that one is a little bit harder to rank, but I personally, in my opinion, holds up about as good as the Cypher. It's definitely not listenable, but you can I think that one is funny on first listen. Modern day, you pull this up, it just doesn't hit the same as it did back in the day. Now, Hyperpeak was the start of the trilogy. All right, Hyperpeak, Hyperpeak 2, Hyperpeak 3. Hyperpeak, the initial one, it was fine. It wasn't really all that funny, and really just knowing what comes after it really just, I personally feel like, makes it go in the lowest tier. Now, Kool-Aid is an interesting one because, it has the Hyperpeak, by the way, the line, an infamous line you might recognize is where I just scream, like I just yell a bunch. I don't know, but Kool-Aid has everyone's favorite line. I'm gay as hell, drinking Kool-Aid. So that one's a classic. I wouldn't go as far to say as it's listenable. Like, you wouldn't pull it up, go crazy to it, but I think it is more funny than the Bud Club Cypher. Like, going back to it, I think it holds up a little better because, like, it does what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? But up next, we got I Miss You. This one has some charm, but it's probably one of the most forgettable Bud Club songs. It was the one where Thomas gets on halfway through but is like kind of offbeat because he didn't have a beat, so he's like, I miss you, climb here. So like, it's fine. Arguably, I would say it's better. I'm thinking either bottom of Funny on First Listen or top of Ass, and I'm gonna go with top of Ass. Actually, I'm gonna go with bottom of Ass for the time being, just because it's definitely, but it's not the best, This is hard because this one, Nick's special song, everyone knows Nick's special song, it starts schizophrenia rant and it goes, and it's a banger. I mean, like, this is objectively actually fire. Like, there's nothing else you can say about it. Love Wins was the one that has the Mario samples, and it's like, Yahoo! And that's really all I remember from it. But I think it was funny on first listen, I would say. Hyperpeak 2. This one, in my opinion, is actually fire. But I understand that for many people, the common consensus is that it's ass. So I'm going to meet in the middle and say it's listenable. Just because if you have the lyrics pulled up, it's fire. I mean, it's like a good song. If you don't have the lyrics pulled up and you're trying to listen for lyrics, you really can't. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Then we have the Frosty mixtape, the original one. I'm ranking all of the mixtapes as one, even though you can see here I'm doing each of the album songs separately. That's just because the mixtapes each have like 8 or 9 songs, and so it wouldn't really make sense. The Frosty mixtape, though, I would put this in my opinion, Always Funny above Kool-Aid, because it's far from listenable, but it is, I think, one of the, in my personal opinion, one of the better ones to go back to. I think it holds up in some ways. Actually, no, I think it goes below Kool-Aid. Because Kool-Aid, you can quote. Frosty mixtape, you can't really. I mean, apart from the one where it's like, Jisha Josh, I'm movie night or something. I don't remember. There was a fire transition. I don't remember. Now we're on to the EP. The EP had 6 songs, and I'm gonna be ranking each of them. Intro, objectively, is this is hard because it's not good by any means. There's no real musicality to it, but it was funny when it first came out. You know what I mean? Like, it was a banger because it starts the album off strong. So I don't know if that means that it's ass or funny on first. I think it's funny on first listen above Love Wins. That's my personal opinion. Castaways is the one that has SpongeBob. Yeah, as SpongeBob, we have to get to the No, that's not how it goes. It's like SpongeBob. SpongeBob is not real, or something like that. I think that one is bottom of funny on first listen. I think it's lower than, but I'm gonna put it above Love Wins also. I'm thinking about moving Love Wins down, but I think Texture. So no, I'm gonna move it down. Oh shit. How'd that happen? Okay, the next song on the EP is Population Growing, which I think, apart from my lackluster performance, this one's kind of a banger. It's got a fire Suchnik verse, I am pretty sure. Texture's like, I'm staring at a rack. Her rack is big, talking about Isabel. So I'll put that one at bottom of Always Funny. I think that one's peak. And honestly, I'm starting to think maybe if there should be one between Always Funny and Listenable, because like there's some that are like a tier above Always Funny, like you can go back to them, but also no, not right now. Airplane Sounds, actually fire. Okay, now hear me out on this one. Most of it isn't really a song, but the part that is a song goes crazy. So I actually put it in listenable. But that's just because it's a banger. It's like, these airplane sounds too much, too loud. Gotta get out here, count end of this sound. Never been so overwhelmed on a plane. This baby needs to die before I go insane. And that's the whole song. It's short, it's sweet, it's awesome. I'm leaving that in listenable. Please Hold. That one, I think, is top of Always Funny, because okay, wait, this is hard, because maybe I need to change how listenable is, because listenable implies that it's like an actual song you listen to, and you wouldn't necessarily listen to Please. Yeah, you would. Well, you could. Yeah, okay, I'll put listenable / really funny. Then we've got copyright issues. I think looking back, this one kind of hits. Like, it's just actually like pretty good. I'll put it above Hyper Peak. Lickety shit. This one, in my personal opinion, is kind of fire. That's a bold take. I think it's one of the songs that, like, there's someone out there who could unironically like it. Like, unironically fuck with it heavy. And that's kind of just because it is a little bit of just a Playboi Carti song in a way. Like, it's very similar. And if there's any Playboi Carti listeners, they probably won't fuck with me saying that. But I'm going to put it in actually fire, and no one can tell me otherwise. Anyway. At the start, this song has a special place in my heart because it's the first song that I put out on the Bud Club YouTube channel that I made the entire thing of. I made the beat for it. I made the vocals. I just did it all on my own. And that brings it up in my book. Arguably, there's a lot of parts that are weird and not that great, and I would do differently. But I would probably still throw it just below Hyper Peak, in my personal opinion. Now, other people, like I said, the link is going to be below, so you can rank these yourself and respond with your own video. But for the time being, I'm going to throw it right there. No one can say otherwise. Nick's Special Song Part 2. Honestly, it just needs a new tier. Can I make a new tier? No, yeah, this is going to... Nick's Special Song 2. I mean, it's just like, actually, you can't compare it to anything else. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Tech Special Song is interesting. It's an instrumental, mostly. There's a little bit of scary shit going on. So I would say this was less funny than Gay and Shit, but more funny than... I'll put it right there. Funny on first listen. Honda Accord. This was, in my opinion, one of the funniest ones, but that was also, I haven't listened to it in forever, and so like, no, it was bottom It was really funny when it first came out and only to me. But I wouldn't say it's ass, you know? Bud Club Ballad, this shit's actually beautiful. Like straight up. Like that shit's actually just gorgeous. Like that gets me in my feels low key. Tick mixtape, I think, is the definition of top. Oh, I was gonna say top of funny on first listen because that was probably one of the funniest ones when it came out, and I don't know if it ages that, but I'll put it above Bud Club Cypher. Yeah, I'll put it above because I think it ages slightly better than the Bud Club Cypher does. Hyper Peak 3, I would put it above this one because it's so close to being actually really good, but it's not there. Like there's some parts that if you were to just fix them up very slightly would immediately just make the song good, but it just is missing them, you know? Frosty Special Song, this is the top of funny on first listen in my mind because that was awesome when it came out, but you would never listen to it again, and it would never hit the same. That one was the one that goes like fucking, there's like 8 beat switches, and I don't know how else to say it. Radiohead Frog. It's really small for some reason. But I would put this at... It was funny when it came out, but not because of the song necessarily, but because of Climber just releasing it completely randomly. So I'd put it like right above that. I'll put it right there. Honor Roll. This one's weird because when it first came out, this shit was a banger. But now, listening back to it, it's like, it's not that good. Like, it's fine. I'm gonna put it in funny at first listen, but for a different... I'm gonna put it here because it was good at first listen and then became mid. And that's really the only song that's like that. Like, most of them, we know what they are at the time. The Frosty Mixtape Deluxe EP. This was the second one. I think it has to go above the first one. Well, no. Because this one is slightly more listenable than the first one, but like, no, there's some more bangers on this. Like, the ones that are on this, I think the lines are more meaningful, and I think that it fits better. I Am Ginger. This is gonna be a hot take, but I'm putting it right here above. Wait, okay, no, because that's the same thing as Lickety Shit, but like not as much so. Is like there's someone that could unironically fuck with this heavy. And Frosty Special Song 2, is just a Bat Sponge song, and I had fun making it. I don't know if it's... I think it has the same potential as Hyper Peak 3, where like if things were done slightly differently and it was slightly longer, it'd be a banger. I think it's just listenable / really funny. I think it's just like it's you could listen to it. Bud Kia, this one, it's definitely better than Lickety Shit. It's hard to say because this one's a cover, which I think... I mean, Nick Special Song is also a cover, but I think Bud Kia is a different kind of cover. I'd put it above Nick Special Song, the first one. No. Because Nick Special Song, the first one, has a humor factor that Bud Kia doesn't really have. Bud Kia is funny, but Nick Special Song is funny in like a different kind of way that you can't really compete with. So I'm gonna put it right below Nick Special Song 1. DK Rap. It's funny on first listen for sure. I think it is better than Honor Roll slightly, but not by much. All right. Yeah. So that's the whole list. The link is below. If you disagree, leave a dislike and a comment. If you agree, like and shut the hell up. All right? Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.